This weekend, the Origin form Dialga and Palkia are coming out. Not only that, we also have the regular forms of Dialga and Palkia as well. So we're going to go over the top counters and strategies to help you guys get the 100% IVs and take down these Pokemon to yield you the most XL candy possible in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go! Dialga and Palkia are back, and the Origin forms are out for the first time ever, and they're also going to be containing their brand new moves being added into the game, which is going to be Spacial Rend and Roar of Time. Roar of Time will be on the Dialga in the Origin form. You have the chance to be able to get it, and that move is going to pause your premium items for 6 minutes every time, and that 6-minute interval is going to cost you 5 Dialga candy and 5,000 Stardust, and you can do that all the way for 2 hours. As far as the Spacial Rend, that's going to be Palkia's Origin form move, and that one is going to expand the view of Pokemon around you. So normally, right now, when you have the game open, you're only going to be able to see the Pokemon in the first circle around your avatar. But with the Spacial Rend, you're going to be able to see Pokemon even further out to where the outside circle goes. So both of them are cool. However, you only get the chance of getting this. And then also when raiding in LA, you're going to get the chance of getting the capture card. Okay, so beyond those two things, obviously we do have the Palkia and the Dialga. And while the counters are going to stay the same, the 100% IVs will differ. So let's start off with the counters and everything we need to know about the Palkia. Palkia is going to be a water dragon Pokemon, and that is going to actually only have 2 weaknesses, which are going to be dragon and fairy, which is actually pretty impressive. And before we go on here, guys, I am going to recommend, as I did in the top tips for the Sinnoh Tour, if you want to see it, check it out up here. I suggest that you guys are going after the Mega Rayquaza, because Mega Rayquaza is going to yield you all the XL candy for these Pokemon as well. So having a Mega Rayquaza, if you have it at Mega Level 3. If you do not have a Mega Rayquaza at Mega Level 3, you need to go and get a different dragon at a Mega Level 3 and be able to capitalize with that. And as far as the moveset on these Pokemon, as of right now, the Origin form Palkia is not out yet. So we are projecting that it is going to have a similar moveset to the Palkia, but it could have different moves. Similar to the Origin form Giratina does get different moves than the altered form Giratina. But as of right now, Palkia gets Dragon Breath and Dragon Tail, and then it gets Aqua Tail, Fire Blast, Hydro Pump, and Draco Meteor. Obviously, for the dragons going on dragons, we are going to have to be cautious, especially of Draco Meteor, because this is going to hit our Pokemon extremely hard. So dodging with a Mega Rayquaza might be the thing. But if you are in there with party play, parties of 20, and everybody's using maxed out Rayquazas, these Pokemon are going to go down extremely fast regardless. And as far as the 100% IVs, 2280 is going to be the level 20 if it is weather boosted, which is going to be in rainy weather, windy weather. It's going to be at 2850 at level 25, which then is going to lead us, how many trainers do we need to take this down? 2.1 trainers, but I'm not too worried about this because there's going to be so many trainers playing in LA, which then leads us to our top counters here. Counter spot number 1, Mega Rayquaza, Dragon Tail, and Breaking Swipe. In counter spot number 2, we have Mega Garchomp with Dragon Tail and Outrage. In spot number 3, we have Shadow Rayquaza, which is not out yet, so I'm not really sure why that's in there. Then we have Mega Gardevoir with Charm and Dazzling Gleam, followed by the Mega Salamence, Dragon Tail, and Outrage. And in spot number 6, we have Dragon Breath and Roar of Time on the Dialga in the Origin form. So if you guys do not have a Mega Level 3 of the Rayquaza, and you do have it of the Garchomp, use that Pokemon. Not only that, the Origin form is already showing up as one of the top counters, so that means it's going to be a strong Pokemon. I'm excited to see where it sits. In spot 7, we have Dragon Tail Outrage on Shadow Salamence. Then we have Shadow Dragonite, Dragon Tail Outrage. Shadow Garchomp, Dragon Tail Outrage. Mega Latios. Palkia Origin form with Dragon Tail and Spacial Rend. In spot 12, we have Shadow Latios. Spot 13, Mega Latias. Spot 14, we have Shadow Gardevoir. Spot 15, we have Enamorus. In spot 16, we have the Rayquaza. In spot 17, we have the Salamence. In spot 18, we're going to have Dialga. Spot 19, we have Haxorus. And spot 20, we have Zekrom. So towards the end, we do have some budget counters if you guys don't have any of those other legendaries or the shadow legendaries or whatever that is powered up, because there are budget counters that will work pretty well, and we do have the Salamence and the Haxorus. But just a reminder, both of those Pokemon are going to need elite TMs if you don't already have them evolved with those movesets, because Outrage is an elite TM move on that Salamence. So a better option if you don't have an elite TM or don't want to use it on a Salamence is to do a Dragonite with the Outrage, because you don't need that elite TM. Which then leads us into the Origin form of the Palkia. Since they share the exact same typing, we're going to treat these Pokemon the exact same, except we're just going to change the 100% IVs, which I'm going to give you now, but I'm going to put an asterisk here that this is what we know of as of right now. It could change, and if it does change, I will pin it in the comments below, but 2367 is the 100% IV for level 20, and in the weather boost, in the rain or the windy weather at 2958. So those are the 100% IVs for the Palkia in the Origin form. And if anything changes with that, like I said, I will pin it in the comments, but since it is not out yet, and we are only taking what is added to the game files and using it right now, we have to put a little asterisk around that Pokemon, which is then going to change us into the Dialga Dialga, we're going to treat this Pokemon the exact same as we did the Palkia. I'm going to give you all the counters for the regular Dialga, and then I'm going to give you the 100% IVs for the origin form. So Dialga is going to be a Dragon and a Steel type Pokemon, and it has 2 weaknesses, which is going to be Fighting and Ground. The fast attacks will be Dragon Breath and Metal Claw, and the charge moves will be Iron Head, Thunder, as well as Draco Meteor. And the 100% IV, 2307 at level 20, or Weather Boosted in snowy weather or windy weather, and that's going to be all the way to level 25 at 2,884. And according to Pokebattler, 2.11 trainers to take down this Pokemon. But once again, there's going to be more than enough trainers out there, so you guys should be covered. So for the Dialga, it's actually going to differ a little bit. Okay, so since this Pokemon is neutral to Dragon, because the Steel resists Dragon and Dragon is weak to Dragon, which makes it neutral to Dragon, we don't have Dragons populating the top spot. The #1 counter is going to be Primal Groudon, with Mudshot and Precipice Blades. Shadow Groudon in spot number 2, Mudshot and Precipice Blades, which is not out yet. We also have the Shadow Excadrill with Mud Slap and Scorching Sands, Terrakion with Double Kick and Sacred Sword, and we have Mega Garchomp with Mud Shot and Earth Power, and Mega Blaziken with Counter and Focus Blast. So if you guys are using a Mega level 3 of the Garchomp, make sure that it is going to have 2 moves on it of Outrage as well as Earth Power. So that is going to help you optimize this Mega to be able to go after this. I don't really care too much if you guys are using Dragon Tail or you're using Mudshot on that Pokemon. Dragon Tail might do a little bit more damage to the Dragons because Mudshot is not the most hard-hitting move, but having the 2 specials, if you are using this Pokemon and you don't have a Mega level 3 Rayquaza, will help you out. Spot 7, we have the Keldeo with Low Kick and Sacred Sword. Spot 8, we're going to get the regular Groudon. Spot 9 will be Lucario with the Counter and Aura Sphere, which is going to be a budget counter. Then we'll have Shadow Machamp with Counter and Dynamic Punch, followed by Landorus, Therian Form, Mudshot, and Sandsear Storm. Spot 12 is going to be Shadow Rhyperior with Mud Slap and Earthquake. Spot 13, Shadow Garchomp with Mudshot and Earth Power. Spot 14 will be Excadrill with Mud Slap and Scorching Sands. Spot 15 will be Counter Dynamic Punch on Conkeldurr. Spot 16 will be Low Kick and Close Combat on the Mega Glade, which is also not out yet. But then you have Mega Swampert in 17 and Shadow Ursaluna in 18. So we do have multiple budget counters in there. If you guys do want the Machamp in the Shadow form, obviously it will cost more Stardust. We have Excadrill in the regular form as well as the Conkeldurr as well. So there's plenty of options for you guys out there, which then leads us into the origin form 100% IVs. So 2,337, 2337 will be the level 20 for the origin form Dialga as of right now from what we know. And then weather boosted in either the snowy weather or the windy weather. We're not going to be getting snowy weather in LA, so windy weather will be our only shot, but more than likely it will be sunny weather out here. It's going to be 2921 at level 25. Okay, so as far as weather conditions that's going to affect these Pokemon. So windy weather will be the overarching best condition for everything to be able to catch these Pokemon boosted, but it's also going to have these dragons hitting very hard against our Pokemon. So we are going to have to be cautious of that. As far as the Palkia, the rainy weather will also boost it to level 25. As far as the Dialga, the snowy weather will boost it to level 25 as well. And as far as the Dialga goes, we are also going to be looking at cloudy weather to boost our fighting types and sunny weather to boost our ground types. And for the Palkia, in the cloudy weather will also boost the fairy types to go after it. But notice the Dialga is not weak to fairy, and it's also not weak to dragon. That steel dragon combination really does it wonders. So what's going to be the goals here, guys? Get out there, raid as much as possible. Hopefully you guys get some cool rare catch card and special moves on some of those shiny origin form Dialga and Palkia in Pokemon Go. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Love and appreciate you guys as always. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody take your support, subscription, participation to next level. I'm gonna see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.